What's up, naillistas? We are back with another nail video, and in this video we are going to do a Lisa Frank inspired set. So off camera I went ahead and laid my Mia Secret Nude acrylic, and we just did the base of the nail to cover the natural nail. And I am going in here with my different colors of Beetles translucent jelly colors, and I'm just going to stack these colors as if they're a rainbow. I do apologize for my head being in the frame. It's kind of hard to angle your camera when you're doing nails because it's better to have the camera right next to you so that view, you just get better angles. I do apologize about my camera not being sturdy. I'm still learning how to use the camera, so I gotta find a setting. If anyone has a Sony camera, I don't know what model it is, but comment below and let me know what setting, where do I go in my camera to make it not try to focus on everything that I'm doing. Okay, so we're stacking these colors, and I'm just kind of randomly laying them on each nail, however, making them transition into one another. So you see that I got the blue, then the next color would be green, and then yellow after that, so on and so forth. So I am curing, after doing about a couple of them, I am curing for 60 seconds in the lamp, in your LED UV lamp, and we're just stacking these colors. Now, when you're around the cut crease part, you want to make sure that you're not covering the acrylic. There's absolutely nothing on the tips. So before we lay the clear acrylic, we're going to lay our color just to make that glitter and everything else pop. And we're going to add dimension by adding two different types of chunky glitter, but you'll see that we'll get to that part. What we're doing here is laying the gel polish really thin because we do still want that transparent look. We want to be able to have some kind of clarity in the nail, and that's why I'm using jelly colors versus using solid colors, because I didn't want this set to be solid. I wanted it to be like a jelly rainbow set. You can, however, use regular gel polish that is all the way pigmented, and it'll still look just as great, but it was just personal preference. If you haven't done so already, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I am trying to grow my channel and have a more nail-based audience. So if you like this video or any of my other videos, please make sure that you like them, comment, and subscribe, and also make sure that you share. Please, please, please. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers. I want to reach my 10K. So I've been working very diligently and very hard, and editing these videos, it takes a lot because I do actually do nails. Nailspiration is my salon, and I am located here at Omaha, Nebraska. If this is the first time that you caught one of my videos. So we have these all cured, and now I'm going in with some Beetles base coat. We're just going to put a nice base coat over these. And I'm covering the whole tip, as you can see here. So after we cured the base coat for 60 seconds, I am adding some glitter. And this is some glitter I actually got from Family Dollar some years back. And I like it because it's in just a little sprinkle tube, so it didn't make too much of a mess. I am big on not wasting product of any sort, but it was so minimal that fell on the desk that I was perfectly fine with just shaking it off. The top does not come off, so it has a little sprinkler at the top, and I'm just sprinkling with the corresponding colors. So my yellow and my orange was from a different brand, and I had to use my Wildflowers designing brush to just sprinkle some on there.
We're pulling into the party and we're shaking off the dust. It's been a damn long week and all we wanna be is way too drunk. Wanna feel a warm body, wanna dance until we're numb. We're drowning out the world tonight with plastic bottle rum. All pretending we know what.
The key to using gel polish is you want to lay thin layers. You don't want to lay the layers, you don't want to lay the layers too thick, because then you will lose shaping. However, it really doesn't matter too much in this step because we are going to encapsulate all of this work with clear acrylic. That was clear base coat once again. And once again, I'm adding the corresponding colors of glitter, just giving that rainbow effect. And these nails were very easy to do. So if you're like an intermediate nail tech, you're not necessarily a beginner, but you are, somewhat experienced with acrylic laying, I say that this is medium difficulty level, so intermediate. Because of the simple fact that you have to have some kind of acrylic bead technique when you're laying the base, which is the nude part. I believe that's called a cut crease. So you want to make sure that you're able to shape that. And then you can also go in with a hand file and shape the cut crease a little more. So after I applied the pixie glitter, I went ahead and cured, and now we're going to go in. That's the final product. We're going to go in with our Beetles nail foil art glue, and we're going to lay that on top because we're going to add some chunky glitter just to add some dimension to these nails. So I'll go ahead and be quiet and let you watch. And I must say that my hand I currently have on polygel, and it is from Savalin. It's a Savalin polygel kit that I got off of Amazon a couple years back, and I'm trying to use up all the colors. So the green is from Savalin, and so is the pinky. My pinky is a glow in the dark green. It's a lighter green. You may catch a glimpse of that. So just in case if anybody was wondering, if you want the link to that exact polygel, just comment below and I can post the link in the comments.
They crashing like an accident. The planet has to spin. Evolution doesn't stop. New ideas getting cooked up. Ayo, the oven's hot. The love you got is energy like the sunshine. A million young minds got me feeling just fine. It seems some old man feel like it's a cold wind blowing in, but that's just because the hearts are frozen. This storm is just warming up. Check out the rainbows. A bunch of colors that are different but the same though. Let your brain grow, even if it's kind of painful. It's time to take old ideas and change those. It's time to take old ideas and change those.
So we are just laying these chunky glitters on top of that nail foil art glue, and it's real sticky, so you can cure the nail foil art glue before you start to lay that chunky glitter down. It's just giving the nail a sticky base so that chunky glitter will adhere to the nail and not, roll off when you go to lay the acrylic on top. I believe I didn't cure with this hand right here, but the previous set, or the previous hand, I did cure for, I think it says about 60 seconds on the bottle, but you can do less if you like. If you just want to do a shot cure for 10 seconds, you can do it that way. There's really no wrong way to add the glitters on here. But it's better if you don't cure it in the beginning, make sure you cure it at the end. So that way the glitter kind of sticks to the nail. And I must say that these glitters, I did get them off of Amazon as well. Once again, if you want the link to these chunky glitters, they're more like Mylar glitters. They're very transparent. That's why, another reason why I laid the rainbow base, because I've laid these in just some clear acrylic and the color doesn't really shine through too well. So you want to lay down some kind of corresponding color or something, similar to the Mylar colors, because it will not show through. Like the yellow just doesn't look yellow, the green just doesn't look green. If you look on my paper towel, you will see how transparent those Mylar colors are. All of them except for the orange. The orange was pretty pigmented. And there's different colors in the little case, but I wanted to use the iridescent, more colors of each hue, because I wanted to add that iridescence and that dimension to the nail. Alright, so we cured the glitters onto that foil art nail art foil glue. That's a very long name. We'll just call it foil glue. Here we are about to apply the acrylic, and I am going to talk through this. So you want to use medium beads. I am using a size 10 brush, my IBD brush. It's an acrylic Kolinsky sable hair brush. And you want to use medium to medium wet beads, just so that you see how the acrylic is saturating all around those glitters, because they are 3D. So you don't want to lay too dry of a bead, because then you're going to have air bubbles and potential lifting, especially if you're doing this on natural nail beds. So you want to make sure that your beads are wet enough to kind of get in all those cracks and crevices of the glitter. You also want to make sure that you are laying the clear acrylic well up against the tan, because you don't want to have any spaces or gaps. So you want to make sure that you're laying that, even if you have to lay it on top and go back and file it and smooth it out, that's the best way. That way you can ensure that you're not missing anything. Right, see how I'm laying that? I'm pressing it right against that tan to make it look continuous. So you really can't tell, that it's two separate parts. You want to lay that clear acrylic as close, maybe even overlap over the tan part. In any cut crease that you do, you want to make sure, no matter the color, you want to make sure that you're laying that acrylic up against. You also want to make sure that you're using medium to wet beads, like I said before, medium to medium wet beads, just to make sure that you're getting every part of this nail saturated and covered in acrylic. And you see how beautiful that looks? It looks like You can't even really tell unless you're under the light, and once it cures, you can't even tell that it's 3 different parts to that nail. You can, and what I mean by 3 different parts, there's 3 different things that's coloring the nail. So you have to really look really closely, and the light has to hit it just right to go, you know, to show the real pixie glitter. So here we're just filing. I'm using my 80-100 grit file, I believe it said. And these are really abrasive, great for this type of work, you know, acrylic. They might be a little too abrasive for gel products. So also I got these off of Amazon as well. The tips that I'm using I got off of Amazon. I pretty much go to Amazon for a lot of my nail needs if it's not from my local nail supply store. So just shop on Amazon. You can get some great things off of there. A lot of us nail technicians do shop off of Amazon. So great thing about it, you do not have to be licensed to buy a lot of the products that I see on there. I don't even think you have to be licensed anymore. I think, you know, that was 2010, 2015, where they wanted you to be licensed to shop on certain sites. But anymore, you don't have to be licensed. I believe Young Nails, you used to have to put in your state license, but not anymore. That's not the case anymore. They sell to anybody. So for those people out there that was coming for me on Facebook saying, oh, you don't have to be licensed. Well, the last time I checked Young Nails website before everybody else jumped on the bandwagon, yes, I said that, you did have to be licensed. So now that's not the case anymore. But we're just filing and getting these shaped up, and I'm going to let you watch my file work.
Yo, there's something in the air, can you feel it? I'm glad it's here, cause the atmosphere need a spirit. It's floating like the ozone. Somebody shook the snow globe, and now the world is looking kinda fuzzy, and we don't know what's happening. Seems like the past is coming back again and battling the future. They crashing like an accident. The planet has to spin, evolution doesn't stop. New ideas getting cooked up. Ayo, the oven's
I had to be very careful not to file my own nails. If they were a little bit longer, I probably would have really filed my nails, but I just scratched the thumb just a little bit. You can't even tell. I didn't even fix it or anything. You can't even tell. So it's just like the top surface of the top coat. But a lot of people ask me, how do you work with nails on? And this is how. I just make sure that I'm very careful, and I've been doing it for so long that working with nails on, that I'm used to it. You learn how to adjust just like anything with long nails. So I'm just making sure those side walls are straight. I am making sure that the file is flush to the tip, just like if it was a real person. Doing press-ons can be the filing part can be very vigorous. As you see, I'm struggling to keep that tip stuck onto the base because you're doing a lot of hard filing. You know, if you're using sticky putty, it kind of tends to slip off, just to be honest. And a lot of people don't talk about that when they're doing press-ons on here on YouTube, but they come off, and you know, you really have to hold that tip on there. On some of these, I took the tip off and I just filed it. I took it off the base and I filed, you know, just the tip because it was a lot easier for me. You have to be careful though, because you can injure your wrist by constantly doing press-ons or practicing on a practice hand. It can make your hands hurt. So here we are buffing the nail, and I do apologize, I'm not in the best angle, because when I buff, I tend to bring the client's hand closer to me because I really want to see what it is that I'm doing, especially with filing too. I want to make sure that I'm looking at the nail at all angles, whether I'm doing a client's hand or press-ons or a practice hand. I bring it closer to me, so I am kind of out of frame in the lower left corner of the screen. You can see where I'm filing. And even in the buffing stage, if you see something that is off, don't be afraid to whip the file back out, fix it, and then just go back over it and buff. And that's what I just did here. And I must say these nails turned out gorgeous.
I can see it in your eyes. You've been hurt way too many times, baby. And if I'm being honest,
now after buffing, you want to be sure that you clean the nail off really well. If you are making press-ons, of course you can't go under the sink and wash them. But you can use like some rubbing alcohol, some isopropyl alcohol, or some nail cleanse or swipe or whatever you have. And this is the final product after buffing them. Now I left this clip in real time because I want you all to really look and see the dimension inside of the nail. And once you top coat it, you can see those fine glitters, how the light is hitting it. And this is a very stunning nail, great for summertime. The sunshine, you'll be outside, the sunshine will hit your nails and it'll look like you're just sparkling. Now, if you'd like to add rhinestones, I wouldn't, just because the tip is so busy. But if you want to add rhinestones, you can add rhinestones to, I would suggest either the cuticle of the nail or the base of the cut crease. So my camera did run out of memory, and this clip is sped up because I'm just top coating. And so this is my cell phone footage. So if you haven't noticed, the quality has changed because this is my cell phone versus me using my camera. My camera's memory card ran out of memory, so these are very stunning. Great for spring, great for summer, really any occasion. Birthday, if you want to be extra on your birthday, if you want to wear these for Pride Month, these will be perfect. And like I said, if you don't like the jelly see-through look, you can do this look with regular, polish that is all the way pigmented. I would so rock these nails because it's bringing out the little girl in me. When I was like 14 and I liked different color bright stuff, I still like bright stuff, but I liked glitter. I was into all of that glitter and different colors, and if I could have rocked these when I was 14, I definitely would have. But a lot of this stuff, we didn't do on nails. I don't even think they were putting glitter on nails back then. Very, very sparsely. And it would have been early 2000s, but I'm not going to age myself. So we are just filling in all of the areas with top coat. I am using my Beetles top coat. Notice how I use Beetles through and through. I use their foil nail art glue, whatever you call it. I use their base coat. I use their top coat as well. With gel top coat or any gel product, you want to make sure that you're not using a whole lot of product, because that is how you lose your shape. Okay, you want to make sure you're pulling that one bead of gel polish. It should cover the whole nail, even with these long nails. That's how you keep, and I see a lot of people wiping the nail. You don't have to do that if you're not using too much product. You don't necessarily have to wipe the nail, because all you're doing is wiping your product off and wasting your product. So just use one nice size bead and pull it, because it stretches, it moves, you don't have to use a whole lot. And right here on this thumbnail, I'm doing just that. It's not too big of a bead, and I'm just shifting that gel around to cover the whole nail, and any cracks and not cracks, but you know how the side of the nail is kind of rigid sometimes after you file it. You want to make sure any micro scratches you want that covered. Okay, you don't want any gaps in your top coat, because even on the side of the nail, because a lot of the people that I service, they want their nails to look good through and through. So you want to just make sure you're pulling that bead and not using too much product. I want to thank you all for clicking on this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay in the know of when I drop these videos. I am going to do my best this spring and summer to make more videos more often, because there's no limit to how much you can post. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments. Leave some rainbow hearts if you like this. You don't necessarily have to say anything. Just leave some rainbow hearts. And let me know, that you like this and that you watched. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share. Till next time.